Fellas, does anyone remember happened last time on Dungeons and Dragons?
We teleported. That's all I remember.
Correct.
Maybe we made a deal with a rat.
You also made a deal with a rat.
We talked to a giant rat dude that we thought was a tiny little rat dude.
Mm-hmm.
Then when I found out that he was large, my entire perspective changed.
I
thought he was just like some little rat dude. Nope.
He's exactly 7 sweeties tall.
A whole 7 sweeties, Rick.
And it's not even a metaphorical rat, because it's a literal rat as well. We shouldn't trust this dude, Squeaky.
Okay, what I got from last session was now we're making a speedboat.
All right. I was so confused about where the fuck the speedboat. He said boat one time, and then that's just he fixated on it. So I guess now we're making a speedboat.
All right. I was attempting to pass it over to you guys, hopefully like give the background, but I don't think you.
Oh no, nope, not at all.
You had attempted to not attempted, you had successfully destroyed the Bear King and all of his glory, as well as learn more about the Seekers and the bow and the collection of souls that it takes. And when after you left, you had decided that maybe you would want to go back and claim the Bear Kingdom for your own. So I
think we were gonna rape and pillage or something like that.
Yes, rape and pillage. And so you decided to take a long rest. And when you woke up, you were being attacked by little rat demons. And by little, I mean they, on their hind legs, could stand taller than you. They are rodents of unusual size. Let's just say that. ROUSs. And after you fought them, which wasn't much trouble, you went back to the bear Bjornheim to attempt to take over the place. But you had found that it had been raped and pillaged all by itself without you being able to rape and pillage, and you were rather jealous of such. Such work was of credit to the rats and the Rat King, the so-called demon that you all had heard of a little bit before, but now had met him in his glory. He stands taller than you, but yet he's sort of hunched over and curled up. He's a rat, so he isn't as tall as he should be. Since he is that big hunch. Sweetie decided to make this altar to him to call him back and talk to him, where they made a deal. The Raven Queen in Brighton has something in her called the Divine Spark, and when killed, you can harvest said spark.
Nether Star.
You all... What?
Nether Star.
Nether Star. Harvest her Nether Star. When hearing this, Sweetie got many ideas of things that you could do with it, including rambling off ideas like boat, dragon, college, magic, shit like that.
Boat or blimp. Either one we're making with this star.
After you had agreed to give him the soul, for Hogar's soul, he disappeared with his little wrist watch thing, and you had all decided to go back and pay the old Stormcrawler a visit, where you teleported the boat, your old boat, some of your old boat. Oz is making the trip for the first time. And with that, you all fold out into the old room that Roku had sort of taken for himself while he was there, and that is where you remain now. As you sort of sit there, you get a few sort of inclinations here first. One, you can tell you're traveling at some speed. It's like being in a car. You can feel the movement, and especially the rocking of the boat. And two, you have no idea who else or what else is on this ship at the moment.
First off, I want to look out the window and just like, do I see anything outside that I would recognize or like recognize how fast we're moving?
Yeah, roll me a perception check.
Let's use this one. Perception is +3. That's going to be a straight 10.
You go and you like jump up to the window, but a previous nightstand that you would use as like a little hoist to stand up towards the window is gone. So you have to jump and like hit the ledge as your little legs dangle. You like you get up and you see that it's just pure water over on this side.
All right. Roku would like to use his handy dandy X-ray and see who's on the boat.
As you start to look around, it seems that the rooms next to you are empty. They barren of people, and it looks as though the day you left the Stormcrawler and went to the waterfront, it is just things are disassembled in random places, and it looks half lived in. And as you get to the main dining room area, instead of seeing through the wall and people or things inside of it, there's something blocking your vision. It's like when you get a migraine and there's a big like blur in the center of your vision and you can't seem to focus on it and it hurts to look at. So you like look away and sort of recoup this once more, and it's the same sensation.
And where was this at?
Right out the door, there's like this sort of center dining room area.
Okay.
And
And
at the table, this thing is like this weird sensation is like sort of blurring out and like making it unable for you to see it.
all right. Did I see Enigma, or is that obscuring my vision any further? The thing.
You look up to who is positioning the helm. There's in fact no one up there right now, as it seems the boat is sort of just free, going free through the waters.
I'm open up the door.
Wait, are you sure? Just we're just gonna go in like that?
Well, we have the right to our things, don't we?
Well, okay, just be quiet about it.
Yeah, we'll try, but if your ex-girlfriend catches you, you get to do the talking. I think she said something about killing you as well, but we'll see how that goes. And I'm going to open the door.
Would you like to do so stealthily?
I would like to try.
I want to be stealthily and hide behind Roku.
Oz, how about you? Do you have anything you'd like?
I don't know where I am. I'm gonna stay in this room.
As you like man the door, Oz sort of like looks and just sits down on the bed and crosses his hands.
Right.
Roll stealth checks for me. Roku, I believe yours is at disadvantage.
Disadvantage, that's right. I rolled a 16 and a 12. That's +2, so 14.
What's my stealth? Oh, +7, that's a 21.
Okay. Roku, you sort of slowly creep open the door. And as you do, Sweetie is not only trying to hide behind you, but is also very anxious to see what the hell is out there. So he's kind of like pressing into your back. And as he does, you sort of like lean, and as the door hits its like most outward angle and the momentum sort of swings out, Sweetie pushes on you a bit too hard as he's trying to tiptoe over your body, and you just like get from a crouch position to landing on your knee. And Sweetie, you respond immediately by ducking behind him back in the doorway. And as you do, you sort of like, and you kind of sit there for a moment like, oh shit. And as you slowly turn your head, you look over to that dining room table area, and that tablecloth that's been cut to bits and placed over Sweetie's eye wound is still on the table. But sitting at the table, there is one figure that you recognize immediately. A hunched over man in full armor. He's got black hair sort of swooped up and these very elegant, attractive features. And you recognize the man, Dante, that you'd spoken to formerly in Skotua, as well as another figure you don't quite recognize in a literal sense. but you understand who it is as it stands there or sits there before you. It's a figure that extends out of her seat, even higher up than Dante sits, cloaked in black, and next to her a large scythe. As she is not a tall and bony figure. She's in fact a vaguely female, more androgynous figure with long black hair like the chick from The Ring, and these eyes with these black circles and super pale skin. But even as she stands in a regular human female form, you know she has some sort of godly presence.
Is this the Raven Queen?
Are you asking that out loud or?
To myself.
Mhm.
Is this in my head or is this actually happening?
Roll a perception check.
7.
Or, yeah, you do this first.
There are so Dante is sort of sitting at the head of this table, at the very end, and he looks and he sees you as you sort of stumble your way out. But it seems as though this godly figure is sitting, sort of kneeling on her hand, staring at the wood on the table. She's got these long fingernails that almost resemble claws that she's just like
Rapping on the
tapping
table.
on a table. Yeah.
After a solid, like, I take it it's been like a solid, like, 5-10 seconds of him sitting out there. I do want to, like, just kind of peek around and just, like, see if anything's out there, see if he's okay.
I'm gonna peek around too.
You guys, as Roku is like sort of on the ground as he kneels, Sweetie appears above him, and Oz even above him, just as you all appear around the doorway.
I'm in my human form right now.
Okay. You sit there and look out, and for those of you who recognize Dante, you see him as such, as he stares with a raised eyebrow in the doorway and sort of like looks over to the queen, see if she notices, and looks back to you. And then all of you sort of like extend your heads out, sort of waiting for you to make the first move.
Just, like, mentally. Well, I guess there's no better time to do this than now. I'm gonna, not stealthily, but just, like, cautiously, just kind of make my way to the center of the hallway, like, in front of Roku. And just, like, you know, like, after your parents yell at you, and, like, you're, like, you need to talk to them, but you don't want to because, like, you know, you're going to yell at even more. So, like, you just kind of slowly, like, your way to
When
them. Like,
when
that
it's
type
2
of
in the
sense.
morning and you have to tell them you threw up.
Yeah.
Just tell your parents when you throw up. Weak.
I'm
No,
not
you
gonna
just leave
clean
it
it
there.
up.
Mom.
You leave it there until they find out.
No. I always slept in the toilet like a responsible person.
Time I threw up on a PlayStation controller and headset, and I still used both of them after I cleaned up the puke on them.
I would throw that
One
shit
of those is mine, thank you.
No, not this.
Okay.
Separate event.
Okay. I'm gonna try, or I'm gonna stand up, I suppose.
As
I
you all
assume
sort
that's
of
gonna
like
make another noise.
shift out, especially as Sweetie sort of shifts outward.
Mom.
Dante looks up and breaks his inquisitive silence. Give me 1 second.
Good timing.
So,
Sweetie, what's the approach we're taking at this?
No fucking clue.
I have no idea. I've
I
never
have-
seen this woman before in my life, but I
I
can't
have-
X-ray her, so it's
we're on
freaking
this
me out.
boat.
I know we have to fight her eventually. I want to at least do this peacefully at first.
You realize this now. Now I can turn into the Raven Queen.
Wait, is that how your thing works?
I can look like her. I mean,
Nice. I can
Exactly
I
like
can
her.
make myself look like a 2 foot tall version of her.
You change sizes?
I can change my height, but I can't change my creature size.
Because she was, I believe, large in that one shot where we fought her. Isn't that correct?
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't there, so I don't remember.
Disguise self, I can change my height by like a foot, and I think disguise self. There's no restrictions on weight.
It's not physical, so of course there's a restriction on weight.
Oh wait, yeah, no, never mind.
Yeah, medium.
Dante looks up. Hi guys. And you see that sort of the cloaked skeletal figure sort of look. Oh, they're here.
I feel like this conversation's a little overdue, so
Who are you?
I'm gonna come up and just like sit at the table next to him.
I'm gonna sit across from them.
I'm gonna sit by Roku with my book.
So how's the family? No, okay.
Were you waiting for us?
He sort of looks over at Dante, and Dante sort of looks over to you, and she figured you guys would come back here at some point.
Where's Enigma and the pets?
When they and as soon as Dante starts to speak up, she sort of like moves her hand and goes, "We're not here to discuss that now. I told you all to meet me back after you found your friend in the Skotua."
As you can see, we've lost him again.
I don't know who the hell you are.
Oz, I mind your manners. This is the Raven Queen.
I wish I could have to appropriate what you're saying and change nothing
Yes.
at all.
Just maybe a little bit of respect.
I'll give her what she deserves.
Anyways, we ran into a complication, and we're just trying to resolve that on our way back. This is to the Raven Queen.
Or complications such as a turf war with Sid.
Oh, that I honestly forgot about that one. Well, that's all dealt with. I was referring to the more our friend's soul got sucked and injected, and we're trying to save his life. And yeah, do you know who the Rat King is? Because it's kind of his fault.
He's a demon, I presume.
Yeah.
So that's why you're here. She sort of cranes her neck down the farthest of the table as Oz sits there with his book. I wasn't anticipating your presence.
Oh, you weren't.
What's the problem, boy? You act this way to all godly figures?
Oh, especially the godly figures.
I believe, Oz, you said you're a skeptic towards godly figures, and
Not skeptic.
that's not the matter of conversation now.
Quiet, sweetie.
Oh, okay.
I'd like to know what this man thinks.
Oh, what I think?
I'm
I'm gonna tell you what I know.
Okay.
All you gods are petty little things who have too much power for your britches.
Who did you wrong?
I wronged no one, and I suffered because of it.
Right. And you were the unknowing target of whom?
Alondra.
Go figure. And she finally breaks her immense eye contact with you to look over at Sweetie and Roku and Dante and go, what a bitch. Anywho. Complications. Your friend's soul belonging to a demon.
That was in the bow.
He said he needs, I don't know, some sort of like God spark.
And at this note, she sort of raises her eyebrow and darts over to Dante, and they sort of meet at glances with one another.
He said he wants that for his soul back. I don't really know how we're going to get one of those. He didn't really explain it. He just said he needed one of those.
Do the demons know about the spark? I think they do. You say the demon asked you about the divine spark.
Yeah, he said he needed one if we wanted our friend's soul back.
Well, what did you say? You surely didn't let them think they were going to get their hands on it, did you?
After a little bit of deception, I said yeah, but then obviously we're just going to go hunt down that demon. Anyway, I don't know how we're getting this spark thing, so I don't know how to get it to him. So if I don't have it, don't know how to get it to him, what's the point of getting one?
Well, would you roll me a deception check, please? You were almost telling the truth until you went, I don't know how to get it.
I lied earlier when I was just like, 26.
You're not aware of where it comes from.
I mean, divine spark makes me think it's some sort of angelic deity thing, but don't really know if it's like special to certain people or if there's just like a quarry of them somewhere.
And she sort of like leans in and puts her elbows on the table. And as she does, Dante says, look, these demons, they're getting a little too much power in the grand cosmic scales. If they get their hands on such an object like a divine spark, they're surely going to use it to wreak havoc. Did he say what his intentions were with it?
I think he said make a little hole here or there. I don't know if he meant like digging a hole with the spark or like opening something.
And
Like
the Raven Queen, who still hasn't
gate
broken
hole.
eye contact, goes, no, he did not mean digging a hole.
Okay, then maybe opening a gate or like a rift in reality.
It's like
Precisely.
little demon rat.
Yeah, he had these little rat things. They're really annoying.
We weren't mental.
They were, I mean,
They
compared to
were about the size of a panther. That's
But-
not little. You're little.
can it, Oz?
No.
Oh. I think it's fairly obvious what needs to happen. You need to lure whatever rat you provoked back to the material planes. You can finish him off for good. Or better yet, go to his own home. Whatever matter, you need to finish him off for sure.
So, do you think you could help us get our friend's soul back?
I can't help you with anything that is out of my range of attunement. You see, when I got my new body on this plane, it had to take time to grow to accept it. If I start hopping between planes to planes now, it'll rip my body into atoms, and we don't want that.
Could you at least tell
Well-
us if our friend's soul is in the bow or not?
Did the demon say so?
No, he acted like he had it. But he's a demon, so. And a rat. Like a double
So-
layer of don't trust him.
The thing about this guy is, Roku, can you lift up one of the canisters? The guy takes this bow and like harnesses souls in here, and then he smokes them through a pipe.
I've seen such a canister before.
And we think our friend's soul might still be in the bow. He said he was in a specific jar, but they all kind of look the same, so we think he might have been lying.
I certainly do not know. But if it's a demon, I'd say do everything in your power to not trust him.
So you think there's a way of us getting our friend back?
Absolutely. But in order to do so, you must exterminate the rats.
And you said it's better to do it on his home plane?
You see, when demons are killed outside of their home plane, they just regenerate back at their homes, so he'll come back for you in less than a month.
They're even angrier.
Which brings me to my next point of the demons. Have you heard of Enoch?
No.
I heard that name somewhere. Roku,
Sounds
do-
familiar.
someone said it at one point. And Annie,
No.
Look, this guy, this thing, is sort of ruling the abyss right now, winning every battle he can to hopefully pry his way to the plains. And, well, the demon's power is a bit overwhelming for those in the grand cosmology of it all. You see, we believe that there have been talks of a union between Enoch and someone else, a god. Sort of a, we don't know what kind of union this is or what sort of work they plan to do together. But because of this, we face a new threat, which is why I called you back to Brighton in the first place. I've prophesied that you all will help me.
wait, you didn't call us back because you wanted to kill us? I was scared of that for a while. I'm
Of
clear the water.
course not. If I wanted you dead, you would be dead.
Okay, just a question. So we need to take out this Enoch guy or his friend God, Mister.
Neither. His. Can you guys hear that? The yelling outside?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I can
The
hear
black guy yelling about a little bitch.
You see,
Angry.
you guys remember that day in Brighton when the Queen first showed up?
I wasn't there.
Those two of you that weren't there have heard about the incidents that occurred As the Raven Queen took form in her new body, she basically cut down half the city in a
Oh
mass.
yeah, when you genocided a town.
Oh, I remember that. Kind of. Yes, I remember. That there were the big scary crows, ravens.
That very city that she, reduced had a bit of a secret underneath its feet. It was a large number of followers of Enoch in that town, and while she did act a little unreasonably, she severely reduced his influence and grasp on the material plane. Unfortunately, he moved his influence away from Brighton and over to Sarask. Have you heard of it?
Sarask.
Yeah, it's a town in the continent somewhere.
I think I've heard of it once. It's kind of what? East of Brighton, maybe? Southeast?
Very east of Brighton.
Almost everything to east from Brighton.
Exactly.
This thing they've made, this union between this demon and this god, has created a champion. Something undescribably holy, yet horrific. Has the strengths of both above and below on his side. We can't have that happen. For obvious reasons.
Like a monster.
We're not sure. What we do know is he's creating more undead. You see, he's slowly building these monsters. And if it gets too much, the very state of Convi could be in trouble. One of these things, they killed the rest of my party. Dante says as he sort of like hangs his head.
Wait. You're all that's left of the Rising Sun?
Yeah. It's just me.
I'm sorry to hear about that.
I don't know what this is.
We made our way around traveling out east, but unfortunately we stumbled into Sarask and we saw some things I will never forget. So I went back to the Queen, and despite her ways, we came up with a sort of I can't think of the fucking word.
An alliance?
Alliance, exactly. We came up with a bit of an alliance where I'd help her out. And when it came to other warriors I know who could possibly destroy such a being, well, you know who came to mind.
Big guy?
Cool.
You
guy.
all. That's why we're here.
I came to mind?
We didn't know you were here, to be fair.
Wait. We waiting on this boat in the middle of the ocean?
You guys haven't been gone for very long. And no, we're off the coast to the north.
Oh, all right.
So we're going to help you out. And we get what?
Not dead.
Not dead.
I think that's a nice start.
I'll tell you what I want then. This hand and eye is slowly poisoning me. So I need a way to gain control of it. I'd like information on the positive energy plane.
That's all you need? Information?
Information, how to get there, what it's like, what I need to do.
Well, can you purify it?
I'm not one to purify.
I want to be able to transfer souls between from objects to people.
And sweetie, I'm sure you have some sort of stipulation.
Well, I don't know what that star thing is, but he said it was powerful. And I don't know, just power, money, maybe. Actually, money, lots of money.
And a boat.
I had this idea.
No, don't tell her.
You know, live together in a boat. You can park it anywhere. You can go anywhere.
Wait. Can I ask for anything?
I'm not a wish granter. I was going to tell you that I'm not able to give you the divine spark after all.
Well, no, maybe not that. But what if you gave us a boat that, when a lever was flipped, could convert into a hot air balloon and rise from the water and fly?
I'll look into it.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Fine. But please, if you can, figure out what God made whatever unholy unity with whatever demon to bring about this threat.
Was it Vecna?
Thinking it was Vecna.
I haven't heard from Vecna in a while, actually.
You two talk?
We have. We're not very friendly with one another, but we discuss things on occasion.
So Enoch and his champion, do you think they would be in the abyss like the Rat King?
The champion is here. He'll lead the way to the abyss, which, again, it would help if you ventured down there. But I understand what an asking price that is. But I can help you get there.
To the abyss?
Yes.
Again, before we go, I need help.
Yes, fine. I can set you up with all of those things before you venture down into the depths. But make sure you kill that Rat King if you do end up running into him.
That is on our agenda.
Oh, and be careful if you ever teleport back here. Enigma's not on the ship, but I can't always promise such a favor to you.
Speaking of who's on the ship, when I was last here, I had a little friend, and my friend we're trying to help. He had this cat. Where are they?
I am not familiar with such a cat. Oh.
It had like these tails, and it would.
I think Enigma took him with her.
What?
But a big old block of adamantine.
I I don't know. Last time I saw Enigma, she was pretty happy with the things she pulled off the ship from you guys, so I wouldn't anticipate anything of hers being here.
Would it be possible to find the rest of the block of adamantine? The block of adamantine I have?
How so? Do you just
This
need...
block is part of that block, so it's an associated object if I teleport to the other part of it. It'd be the same concept of going to the ship.
Yes. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, we'll have to pursue that another time. We have one teleport. And
So, do you all understand what I need from you and what you need from me?
we're doing you a giant favor, and you help us out a little. Yes.
Precisely. I can ward off my own from any demonic attack, Roku. It's humanity that it struggles. When you all need, when she asked for help, I recommended you guys. I figured you'd be down for killing a demon.
How about you? What will you be doing?
I'm not sure yet.
You want to come with?
We have an open spot. We have a few open spots, actually.
I don't know. My losing my my last group was a bit rough.
Well, what better way to avenge them than killing the ones that did it?
I suppose you're right. And as he says this, the queen goes, "Don't forget whose allegiance you swore to first. But if we're all a team, then I'm sure it won't be a problem, right?" Yeah. Yeah, I'll remember who my friends are. Well, I hope you guys need a cleric, because that's what I'm best at.
What?
Hmm?
Are we aware of our classes? Is that like a thing we do?
Well, some
know?
classes are like a title. Like
Wizard.
Okay.
Wizard's a title, Bard could be a title, depending on like what you would consider yourself. You know, most of
Well,
them.
like,
No.
okay, because I was thinking like, oh, paladins, clerics, they could just be like divine fighters, divine warriors.
Maybe not like a fighter probably wouldn't call themselves like a fighter. Like they probably have like a position, like a knight or like a swordsman, you know, something like that. But like paladin, cleric, sorcerer, wizard, they all work as like not only like job titles, but like, you know, you'd know if
Okay.
you were one.
Okay. I like because I was just like, wait a minute, do we know that we're
Cleric is in a broader sense, just like a divine. It's like saying if he was like a priest or something. Like he's very, but judging by his war fitted attire, he looks to be more than just a regular priest.
would one might say a war
priest.
cleric?
There's those in 40K, if you ever noticed. Little chaplain. He wears a little collar and a full suit of armor and carries a bolter. It's pretty crazy.
What?
Guys, did you know Zero Forge has color now?
It did. She's dope.
Okay, so what's first on our list? This
And
champion or the hand? Yeah.
Luckily, where we're sailing right about now is where you need to get off for your hand.
And that is.
There's a man I'll be in contact with, but he has a bit of a laboratory outside of Palewind.
Mm,
We have information on this man.
have I heard of this man before?
Roll a history check.
I don't even know who the fuck it is.
The man outside of Palewind, and he's like, big brain.
Brain blast!
I know who this is.
When it comes to interdimensional travel, there has always been a sort of local sort of joke about the crazed mad scientist out about east of Palewind.
All right, so that's who we're going to find.
Oh, he's going to have a great name. I can already sense it.
There's a crazy, insane guy used to tell him.
And that's who we're going to find.
He'll help your hand, I'm sure.
He's going to help it, or is he going to send me in a different direction?
Look, I'm not too familiar with
Yeah,
Vecna's
okay.
hands.
Makes sense, actually.
If anyone can help, it'll be him.
We appreciate it. Or I, more specifically, appreciate it.
Good. But that's not quite why we're sailing out here today.
Well, what is it?
I wanted you all to meet firsthand what you would be up against. You know those unholy creations I was mentioning that came from Surask? Well, one of them's been floating around the coastline, and I figured maybe you would all like to take care of it.
Wait, like one of those things that killed all his party?
Precisely. Now, comes to my calculations, we should be here soon. To which she stands up and lingers above you all, and you all see as she's wearing this like black cloak. When it sort of cascades out, she's wearing this armor that's all black, and her eyeliner basically it looks like all black. She looks like she hasn't slept. Just total like a goddess of death would
The
look.
lady from Suicide Squad, Enchantress.
Oh,
That's who I have in mind.
Yeah, but with a scythe.
Mm.
But she sort of puts that on her back and starts walking away.
Oh, wait, we're not going to have any time for like rest or anything?
Are you gonna do you have healing abilities? I could use it.
I could.
Oof.
I'll try to figure something out here quick. And
As I'm bleeding everywhere.
as this happens, she sort of says, he's like, the clock is ticking, and she sort of walks up the stairs. Oh, right. Everybody gather around.
I gather around.
Gather
And
around.
Dante
Gather
sort of
around the campfire.
sits at the table and he goes, I'm sorry if you guys were doing something else. I didn't want to bring you into this. I heard about your breakup, and sorry to hear that.
It's a personal problem. Anyway, let's. Apparently, we have this sea monster to kill.
I'm not sure what it is. These demonic creations come in many forms, all of them unpleasant.
That's fun.
Oh, Smite's gonna be great. If it is
Everybody
a
hold
demon.
my hand.
And hold his hand.
My tiny arms just.
Whoever's still left of me is gonna feel a nice leathery hand.
You.
I think I sat down next to. It doesn't matter where we're
Oz,
sitting.
you have to move around to the other side of the table to fully like form the circle. But he's gonna cast as he starts mumbling to himself. He sort of takes these next like 10 minutes to
But the clock is ticking.
start to He starts running this this sort of prayer. He starts mumbling to himself. And as he does, eventually, this sort of yellow light runs out from him and cascades all around you. As you guys are, as you sort of feel this warmth among you, you sort of look around. You look kind of dumb, all holding hands, glowing, but
My
you get 22 hit points.
Okay.
ooh,
Gets me almost to full.
same.
I'm at 56 out of 84.
No, you must have got smacked in the last fight.
I was down like 50-ish hit points.
Yeah, that gets me to exactly 100.
I was not feeling it last fight.
Wasn't that the rats or?
Yeah.
Well, you're
'Cause
like a
there-
frontline fighter now. You just run in there.
Well, because I had a rat explode on me and it did
Oh,
like
that is true.
30 damage, remember?
Yeah. Oh, that's where the damage came from for me. Yeah.
Mhm.
The rats like attacks. No, you're fine. It
Exploding
dying near
rats.
you, dead. And he sort of looks up. He goes, "Okay, how's everyone feeling?"
Better. It's nice having a cleric again.
Again?
Ooh, haven't been healed like that in a hot second.
Gronk. Yeah, you remember Gronk, the big orc fellow?
He died too.
Not dead, just sad.
His brother is the one
His
who lost
brother's
his soul
dead.
and he's mourning.
You guys have been busy. As this
Yeah,
happens,
Nikolai is somewhere, or
the
maybe he's
boat
dead. We
like
don't care.
shifts a little bit. It's happening. Get up here.
It's happening.
I get up there, I guess.
Kind of stretch again. Is
Yeah,
that
I
my
was just
routine
gonna say, like-
stretch, just
Okay.
You know, with the-
Oh,
and then I get up there.
As you step up there, what sort of fashion are you all standing in?
I'm
I'm going
back.
first.
Well, Oz said he was going first, and me and you said you were stretching, so I assumed it was
Okay,
like,
then when I get up there, I'll push past Oz. Because, tank
I'm
always
letting him.
first.
So I'm like, why am I?
Squishy Boy is like, haha.
As you all get up there, you sort of like stand on the top of the ship, and you see what rocked the boat as this pulsating, bleeding mass starts to rise from the depths of the water. It stands at about 15 feet from side to side as it rises above you. You make out only mounds of pus and blood draining as flesh is stacked on top of each other in some sort of head fashion. You can see these green eyes and snarled teeth having to rip the lip skin apart to open as these sort of chains are all wrapped around it, as it is again has these claws on the bottom and dripping this now green substance as opposed to blood, discoloring the water beneath it into this total brown vile liquid. And just as you all arm yourselves, Roku, you hear inside your head, Roku, kill the queen. As Vecna casts suggestion upon you, as you sheath your sword, I need you all to roll initiative.
I knew it was coming. I was like, you said something like that, purify the hand earlier, and I was like, oh shit, I forgot he was.
Okay, I can work with that.
Oh, I'm bottom of initiative. No, actually, maybe. I'm pretty close to bottom of initiative.
I'm probably close down there, too.
All right. Anybody above a 20? All right, 15 to 20.
15.
Um, 10 to 15.
11.
Roku, what'd you get?
9.
Okay. Oz, you're up first. I forgot I had a battle map prepared for this very instance.
He looked at his TV and was like, "Oh, that thing."
Oh, it's that. Hmm.
Wait, what do you guys see right now?
We see the battle map.
Okay, cool. This thing is what you see rise out of the water.
He'd be cute.
All right, so who we got? We got Sweaty.
Wait,
and
did
Rock.
he specify that I have to kill the Raven Queen right at this very second?
That is what
He said kill
He just
the
said
queen.
kill the
He
queen.
said kill the queen.
right.
I can
But-
do it after I kill this thing, right?
Since he has mind control effects over you, there's a bit of a sort of a subtextual meaning to what he probably was going for.
Tomix
but
to do it.
Roku's
Just-
not very smart. Okay, yeah, okay, fine. Play nice.
Just, that's all you gotta know.
All right. Hold up my hand, and as a red orb appears in my hand, a bolt from my book turns it blue, and I send off a fireball at it. Dex save.
Dex save.
Mhm.
You see this gigantic mound of flesh gurgle to the side as he attempts to dodge, at which he rolls a 7, a 6. I mean.
Fail. Fail.
Jared rolled like several sixes. He's just like,
I rolled 4 sixes. 24, 30, 37. 37 force damage.
Okay. You just send out this magical energy condensed, and it lands partially on the ship and then explodes outward, and it rocks his floating form from side to side. It looks as though he's floating, but the chains hooked onto him are keeping him, that they dip into the water and are keeping him submerged, like he's a land mine or a sea mine floating from the ocean floor as he and he looks like a balloon shaking back and forth.
question. Those chains, do they look all rusted and stuff like that, or do they just look like?
They look like thick metal chains. You can't really discern the viscosity of them. How much damage did you do? 37?
37 force damage.
Force.
Force.
Okay, perfect. Dante is no. Okay, first, this thing is going to use a.
Legendary action.
He's going to use his first legendary action. First and second to Sweetie, Roku, and Oz. You need to make a Constitution saving throw.
+3. That is very good.
Well, I looked at that and got really sad, but I can reroll ones.
Nat 20.
What'd you say?
I got a 25.
4
Nat 20 plus 6.
is 9. I got 12. I had +8.
Give me one hot second. Okay, Sweetie. As you sort of stand there, this thing sort of just billows out this black necrotic energy that sort of irradiates in a radius around him, and it sort of shoots out towards the three of you. And as you do so, it hits you, and Sweetie's the only one that seems to be affected by it as he's coated in this black pus. Sweetie, you have gained 1 level of exhaustion, and you are poisoned.
No, I'm not. Poison
Uh,
resistance.
Does that mean you can't be poisoned?
I believe so. Give me a hot second.
Don't you just take half damage from poison damage?
1 second.
Because poison and vulnerability would be it.
Sorry, I don't have a book with me, so I have to look this up manually. Brave, luminous languages.
I'm already here.
Wait, it only says there's only one subrace on here.
Your resistance on saving throws against poison. Your resistance against poison damage.
Does it say anything about the poison condition?
No, but he has a range on save against it.
Right, but this is not. Okay, this is hard because it's a double whammy of effects here. So
Mm-hmm.
Well, if poison
yeah.
is one of the afflictions, shouldn't he get?
Yeah, advantage on saving throws against poison. You have resistance against poison damage. That's all it says.
even though it is not a direct poisoning effect, go ahead and roll with advantage.
Okay.
I gotta look up what
Right
other
now,
people
or-
say about that. Yeah, roll with advantage. Whatever your first roll was, just roll that again.
Okay, I'm just going to take that. And Constitution, you said?
Yeah.
And 3.
It's 18 plus 5 plus 3, so like a 27, something like that.
All right, perfect.
26.
It does not affect any of you, luckily. And that is its turn. Dante sort of looks around and goes, "Guys, what do I do?"
Attack it.
Good job, Dante.
Sort of holds up his hand and charges up this godly beam
He's going to heal it.
and launches it at it.
Taps it.
And you guys are. He does not hit. It seems to hit his exterior, and it sort of hits and like a punch rolling off of a flabby couple of stomach rolls. It just sort of like jiggles until all the force runs out. To which he is going to use one more. Sweetie. As he did not seem to get you the first time, he is going to sort of gurgle within himself and he spits out this fine stream of this green noxious liquid as it flies towards you. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
+3.
+3.
Oh, damn. That's a 2 plus 7 plus 3, so a 12. I'm not rolling too good.
It hits you dead center in the chest. You take 31 points of acid damage as this spit hits you in the chest and starts to burn away. It singes immediately all your chest hair. It's gone now, and it sinks deeper into your chest as you scream a bit due to you being literally burnt and dissolved.
How much damage you say I did?
31.
31. Yikes. God, you hit me hard. God damn.
It is now its turn. And he is going to use... He is going to edge ever closer. As you can see, he sort of starts to like hover. And he hovers on top of the ship. Okay. With that, he is going to attack Roku with his chain, and then he's going to attempt to bite him as well. Chain is a 22 to hit.
Yep.
The bite is an 11 to hit.
No.
So as he pulls his chain up from the water and like reaches it out, he uses it like a whip It slashes you across the face, dealing 17 piercing damage.
Ouch.
With that, do you have any does the suggestion spell change when you take damage?
Good money. I don't know.
Let me look real quick. I didn't even think about that.
If you or any of your companions damage the target, the spell ends.
Well, I was just damaged.
Correct. He was just damaged.
Yeah, but is it by any of your companions?
If you'd like to rule that as a no, then that's fine.
I'll say you can re-roll the save.
Okay.
Since it's not quite your companions, but you are still getting hit. So
Save DC is 15. And I rolled a 4. So a plus no. Still suggested.
suggested. And with that, it is now Roku. As you begin your turn in this aura that this thing emits, I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw against its poisonous aura.
Okay. 23? 23, yep.
You succeed. And as you sort of breathe in this poison, you tilt your head back and you breathe it back out. And you think that you now have avoided the damage, not only now, but forever. Or for at least 24 hours, hypothetically. And with that, it is now your turn.
Okay. First thing's good. My hand is gonna I haven't pulled out my axe yet. It's gonna real awkward grab my axe and I'm gonna mutter to myself, "Kill the queen." I'm gonna charge at the queen.
All right. My computer's froze up right now.
I don't have COVID. I just inhaled.
Can you guys actually hear me or?
No,
Yeah,
we can't hear you.
No.
Okay, cool.
Is Garrett talking, guys?
All my shit's frozen right now, so give me a second. I don't know what's happening.
Bro, what's
There we
Garrett
go.
talking about? I can't hear him. He's just sitting,
Talking about
walking,
pollution.
not walking around, but he's just sitting there, flailing his arms, looking like an idiot. We should make fun of him.
No, fam. Making fun of you ain't cool.
What'd you say?
Making fun of you ain't cool.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We bully people here.
I know.
My mouse is frozen now too. I used to be able to move it around, but now it's just stuck. Okay.
Hey, Rick, do me a favor and click Alt and Tab at the same time, just to see if you can flip anything. No.
I'm talking both monitors are frozen, my guy. I'm talking over here. I'm talking over there.
Maybe you should.
You still see us? Are we moving?
No, but I can hear you, which is so weird.
Oh, now his camera froze.
Well,
Have you tried hitting Alt F4?
Nice try. You can't fool me with that.
No, you actually might have to restart your computer.
I probably